Did you know that up to 50% of women that are going to mammography, their cancers might be likely missed because they have advanced breast cancer? This number is shocking. We believe we can reduce the annual cost of the cancer, breast cancer, for a lot of women with early cancer screening.
It is an honor to introduce you to one of my countrywomen, Neda Razavi. Neda did her undergraduate degree at Azad University in Tehran, Iran, in molecular biology and microbiology. She then came to the United States, did her MBA at Pepperdine University, and she has joined various very important companies in healthcare, such as Illumina, Amgen, Baxter, and so on. And I'm very impressed by her career trajectory, and she is now CEO of iSono Health. I'm going to let her tell you more about iSono Health and what they're trying to accomplish at the company.
Thank you so much, Ron, for inviting me here, and thank you so much, Emery Pharma, for having me as a guest. I can't wait to tell you what I know and have learned in the breast screening spectrum. My name is Neda Razavi, as Ron just mentioned, and there was a fact when I learned the impact of what we don't know about breast care and things that are complete misconceptions, and the healthcare system has failed a lot of women throughout the time of the breast care. Did you know that up to 50% of women that are going to mammography, their cancers might be likely missed because they have advanced breast cancer? This number is shocking because depending on the breast density, the mammography sensitivity goes down to 30%. That means from 100 women that go through screening, 70 of them might have a cancer that's masked through mammography. This is a shocking number. And I also want to expand a little bit more. When I said sensitivity, I meant the ability of the system to pick up when one has a cancer or a tumor to be concerned about. We Americans have spent $7.8 billion annually on mammography. Not only is it a painful process, but it's also ineffective in half of our population. Besides being painful and ineffective, if you think about mammography is only available in rural areas, only available in radiology centers that are in like either academic medical centers or in urban areas. There are 28 million women in rural America that have no access to these radiology centers. Therefore, they're not getting their breast care annually. With that, our company was born. And you see the title of my slide says, "What if she had ATUSA?" Our two smart co-founders, the PhDs from Carnegie Mellon and Stanford, they both lost their loved ones because the usual screening programs, the mammography, missed the cancers of these loved ones. And by the time they identified those cancers, it was too late. And they lost their battle in few months after diagnosis. Our hope and our mission is to catch cancer early and save more lives. Less than half of US eligible women that needs to get mammography scans are getting their scans today. So from 84 million population that should do their mammography every year, only half of them do it. And from that half of them have the dense breasts, and they're not getting the effective screening. Again, the problems are the three key problems that I mentioned. Ineffective, that misses the cancer up to 70% of the time because dense breast is present. As poor patient experience, as painful, cold room, and very uncomfortable, and also access is a big issue. it is part of our standard of care. When a woman goes for mammography and they are told you have dense breasts, luckily, in the US, we have a new FDA initiative starting last year where the woman gets a letter and says, you have a dense breast, your cancer likely missed. Seek supplemental imaging. Well, the good news is as a supplemental imaging, ultrasound is available to patients. A lot of women don't know that's their right. And a lot of insurances decline paying for the supplemental imaging because they can. I feel like there's a lot of need for patient advocacy in this area. The options today for supplemental imaging are either ultrasound or MRI. MRI is an expensive modality, is a fantastic modality, but requires injection, and also access is another issue when coming down to MRI. Majority of time, ultrasound is the best option. And if you look into available ultrasound out there, and I wish I had a picture of available ultrasound, you either have a card-based ultrasound that has so many knobs and so many different things, and it's a big, gigantic machine, and that could only be run by an advanced sonographer. Usually breast sonographers have additional degrees on top of, or additional training on top of normal sonography that they're able to operate this. Besides having a sonographer, people to person, there is a variation in how the scan is acquired. So each person has a way of acquiring images, the location of the image varies, the pressure varies, and not only operator to operator you have variation, but also patient to patient. The same patient that comes back might have variation because they have been positioned different way or the other. There has been some great initiative in the US and across the world that are concerned for female breast health, and these initiatives open the doors for a lot of innovation and a lot of new thinking to come forward to catch cancer early. You might ask, why would you catch cancer early? If you catch cancer in stage 0 when it's localized, it will cost $48,000 on average based on a study published on WebMD, and it could be treated. Per American Cancer Society, if you catch cancer early, there is a 99% 5-year survival rate. So, but if you catch the cancer in a stage 4 or later, the cost goes up to $200,000 and the patient loses the chance to live. That's why it's really important. There's a lot of initiative across the different countries to do the breast care. And cancer, breast cancer, is the first cause of death among women, and it is a big burden on the society from the cost standpoint. So the first initiative has been FDA mandate in 2023. Now, if a woman goes to the radiology and they have a dense breast, they're told you have a dense breast, you may seek supplemental imaging. Second, Katie Corey is putting forward a bipartisan act called Find It Early Act. And this act is focused on no-cost screening for dense breast or an increased risk patient. And that, hopefully, this act goes forward across all the states, and there will be no out-of-pocket for supplemental screening. Right now, 28 states have accepted this act. USPSTF, which is the U.S. Department of Task Force Services, and decides on the national screening programs, have reduced the age of breast cancer screening to 40. So starting this year, women age of 40 are recommended to do their breast care and breast screening every year. And some states or some insurance companies is every 2 years. But this is a fantastic initiative. But at the same time, a lot of dense breast women are coming to the pipeline. That is really important for them to know their rights. And WHO, the World Health Organization, has a global breast initiative that outlines the framework of early cancer detection. There are a lot of second and third world countries scrambling how do they screen their population. America and some of the highly developed world, they already have national cancer screening initiatives in place, which is fantastic. We are blessed to be living in this country. And breast cancer is one of the 5 cancers that nationally is screened, which is a good thing that allows us to to have a national program in place. One thing I want to point out here on the slide is over 70% of breast cancer deaths are in low and middle income countries and are premature, and the age is young. Also, Black women, 40% are more likely to die from breast cancer and get aggressive cancers at young ages. So there is a vulnerable population that the screening is really important for them, but they're not getting the screening because they can't afford it, they don't have access, or they don't have the information in hand. With that, say hello to ATUSA. ATUSA is the name of our product. She was a Persian princess, lived 500 BC, and she's the first known case of breast cancer in the history that was mentioned in Melody of Cell book by Sidrat. And this princess gave birth to Darius the Great, and she was, and the history says she had a bleeding from the nipple, and they cut her breast, took out the tumor, and she survived. So she's, per history, she's the first breast cancer survivor. So this is ATUSA. It's the world's first AI-powered, automated, portable, and 3D ultrasound that does 1, 2, 3 scans of the breast very quickly. It's comfortable and easy to put on. It takes 2 minutes to scan the breast, and the reports can be seen and read by a radiologist anywhere they decide to. And this device could be sent to locations of choice by any healthcare professional. So you can scan the breast in any location by any healthcare professional you desire. The benefits of having a device like this is, first, increasing accuracy, because the automation takes the guesswork from the operator standpoint. So for the first time, you can have an image that is taken from the same location over and over and over, no matter how many times the patient comes back. So you have a way of looking at the patient over some times and do the monitoring. Second is alleviating the workload. For the first time, you don't need to have the extra training and be a breast sonographer to perform this task. So any medical assistant is able to perform this task. And because it's fast, it alleviates the workload. It enhances detection. We have advanced software algorithm and AI that is designed to detect more cancer, and our AI also prioritizes the high-risk patient and patient that have malignant tumor to come up first. And there is a possibility of annotating and also visualizing it in 3D, as well as providing the 3D segmentations of the tumor in the software. Also enables point of care. Up until now, there has not been any device that can do point of care breast cancer screening. And for the first time, we have the ability of sending this device to places that hasn't been before. I had someone from the VA hospital asking me, well, we have generals that are in battlefield and we have to fly them back for mammography. This is a good solution for those people. I can show a demonstration of this product. The link is on YouTube to be seen if we have decided. The reason we have this link here to show how easy it is, the wearable device comes in 4 different sizes, and we can cover breast sizes from 30A to 48 triple D, which is a pretty large size woman. The bra is put on the patient. Our design goal is designed to have this entire procedure done in 15 minutes. And 2 minutes per breast for a scan. The operator that can learn this task very quickly, half a day training, they can put this on the patient and put the wedge under the patient and have the scan performed. We don't use gel in our device, which I heard a lot of great patient feedback on this, because gel is icky and it's expensive for the health system, and usually every time product is expensive for the health system, the cost circles down to the patients. We use water instead of gel, and you see the operator in this video is using water, testing the seal of the product, ensuring there is no seal leak, putting the mesh on top to ensure the breast tissue stays on its place, and we don't put any pressure on the patient. So the design is around the patient comfort and ease of use. And notice in this video we are showing The software is guiding the operator through what they need to do. They record the size of the bra, the depth of the bra, and there are a ruler here that captures that. And the operator sees the raw image as they're acquiring the images to ensure they don't send the patient home with a bad image acquired. And once the image is sent for processing, the patient is free to go and the radiologist will receive it in their system. We use ML engine in the back end to reconstruct and create images at the next level of accuracy. We use the raw data, and we take those and in the real-time B mode, and then we'll do 3D lesion segmentation, and we'll do lesion detection and classification. We have trained our AI algorithm on one of the largest available data set, this study called ACRIN 66666, that has over 200,000 ultrasound images. There are more information about our AI ML and how we look into the 3D of our images. And if anyone is interested, I'm more than happy to tell you more information. And these are more information I will skip for the sake of time, but I'm more than happy to answer more questions. We have tested ATUSA on 180 patients, and we have shown a very good concordance with the handheld device. Our data is not published yet, but we have shown more confidence to bring this product to the market. I forgot to mention ATUSA is FDA-cleared Class 2 medical device, so is our software. Our AI features are designed to be submitted for FDA clearance next year. You're wondering how big is this market? In the US alone, these are the numbers you see. Right now, there is a lot of different centers that perform ultrasound. Usually for the breast screening, OBGYN and primary care are the main point of contact that send the woman to their breast screening programs. So make sure you talk to your doctor about when is your screening program. This is the WHO Breast Initiative guideline that walks the woman throughout their program and what's their rights and what they should be seeking. This guideline is publicly available. If anyone has questions, more than happy to share this with them. In a nutshell, I made a simpler one here. Either a woman has a symptomatic breast screening that's 40 years old, or they do have symptoms. If they have symptoms, it's a path that goes to diagnostic. If they don't have any symptom, they're sent to screening mammography, which is 100% of the population. If they are having dense breasts, they have the right to ask for supplemental screening. That's when they're offered to do ultrasound or MRI. And if there was a lump or a cyst identified, they'll go back for diagnostic ultrasound. And if it was confirmed diagnosis, they'll go for ultrasound guided biopsy, or they would be monitored for every 6 months. We believe we can reduce the annual cost of the cancer, breast cancer, for a lot of women with early cancer screening. The procedures of ultrasound are reimbursed through the insurances. So you need to talk to your doctor and figure out which one of these makes sense for you. With that, I appreciate the time. Thank you, Emery Pharma, for having me, and thank you everyone for listening into the presentation.
So, Neda, I know, obviously I don't know enough about mammography, not being a woman, but I have plenty of women around me who are always complaining about the pain associated with mammography. Why is there so much pain, and how does your device compare as it relates to pain and as it relates to the length of time it takes to do the mammography or iSono ultrasound, and also compare the cost for me?
Definitely. So in terms of the pain, mammography is painful because there are two plates that presses the breast tissue in between, and have the woman stay in a certain way. I've heard this anecdotal story, I had frozen shoulder after I've done my mammography, because that 5-10 minutes of mammography exam is a long time to stay in a pressure position, and some bodies are not capable of tolerating that pain. So our device is not painful. I mean, you saw the procedure. It's using water. Some of our patients, we always survey our patients after they've used the device, and they've mentioned words like breast spa or breast bath because it was comfortable. They laid down in a supine position on their back, and they had without the pressure. From comparing mammography to ultrasound, these are very different modalities. So they use a different technology to detect cancer. It is very hard to get to paper and journal publications to compare them. At this point, ultrasound is only supplemental imaging to mammography, and usually it's a doctor that makes this decision. But there is a known fact, and there's a lot of publication, that mammography misses detection of cancer in dense breast. And the last piece on the cost to patient varies insurance by insurances. The supplemental imaging is covered in a lot of states, but it's not covered in some states as ultrasound. So these are conversations to have for what the insurances from the instrument cost. We are a fraction, ultrasound is a fraction of cost of mammography machines. Mammography machines cost from $500,000 to $1 million to the health system. Ultrasound machines are $150,000 and above. Our machine is 1/3 of what's available out there.